Hi everyone, in today's lesson we are going to talk about SPM partial paper, and especially we are going to focus on paper 2. So in this lesson you have to have graph paper with you or else you can't follow, together with also a transparent ruler, okay, preferably long one. Okay, so we will start it. Okay, so now you have SPM 2010. So pause the video and try this, and when you sketch a graph, do it like you will do it in your exam. Use the scale that's given here. Okay, when it's 2 cm to 1 unit for the x-axis, and also 2 cm to 0.1 unit for the log 10 y-axis. Okay, so you pause the video and try this, and we'll discuss later. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so it's given in this table. Okay, this table is xy, but what you want here is x and log 10y. Okay, so this is the question that you can do, and this is the scale that you are referring to, 2 cm to 1 unit, okay, on the y-axis. Okay, all right, so let's construct the table. So instead of having the xy table again, you have x and log 10y now, because your y-axis is log 10y. So this is actually your capital X, and this is your capital Y. Okay, so then you start to calculate in your calculator. Then you may use the formula as well if you want. Okay, then you can click 3, then equal, 4, then equal, then 5 equal, then you have all the answers together. Okay, it's here. Okay, so then we start to plot it. First, we have all these things here, and I don't think you need to skip the 1 and 2 here, right? Because it's just 1 and 2 only. Okay, so you just write it there. If not, you just draw that symbol, remember, to indicate that you do a skip, okay? But I don't think it's needed in this question. So let's do it. So 3 is 0.41, so 3, 0.41, okay? Then 4, 0.52, 4, 0.52, okay? And also 5 and 0.61, somewhere here, okay? And so on, okay? I won't be talking about this one so much. Okay, so this one I guess you have no problem. These are the only things that you can draw very, very precisely. Okay, these are the things that you can draw very, very precisely. So make sure the scale is correct. The points that you plot is also correct. Okay, so now after you plot all these points, the main thing comes here. Okay, now it's like a bit of discretion here because you are going to draw the line of best fit. Line of best fit, then you kind of need to join them. Join as many points as possible, and also make sure the points that are not on the line itself, it has to be distributed evenly on both sides, on that side and also on this side. Let's say 2 points over there and 2 points over here, okay, most of the time. Okay, so another hint to you is that in SPM, most of the questions that I have seen is that the 2 points that are given to you very accurately are these 2 endpoints, and your lines of best fit normally is to join these 2 points, and the rest will be like evenly distributed. Okay, that's the observation I have, but not all the time, and I cannot guarantee you that. Okay, so what you have to do is to use a transparent ruler, put it there, try to draw it with a pencil, then you see whether it fits to be a lines of best fit. Okay, all right, so for this case it's kind of obvious, so I kind of like join this one and this one. Okay, then I draw it over. I see 2 points over the other side and 2 points over towards this side. Okay, towards this side. Okay, all right, if you see this one, then yes, this one is my choice of line of best fit, and I guess everyone would agree with this one. Okay, no problem. So let's do it. The second question. Okay, use the graph in A to find the value of h and k and also y when x is equal to 2.7. Okay, so now in the question, we are given in terms of a index form. So y is equal to h to the power x divided by k. Then here, the problem is that we have this one as our x and this one as our y. So we want to convert this one to y equals to mx plus c, where the y and x are capital letter. Okay, but this one is y and x only. Y in terms of x, okay, lowercase. So what are we going to do to make it to be in this case? Okay, this y, capital Y, is log 10y. We want to make this one to be log 10y, then we should be taking log both sides. we take log both sides, making use of the properties of log. Log a divided by b is log a minus log b, and log of a to the power b is b log a. Okay, just go and do some revision if you are not very clear about the properties for log. Okay, I'll just show you it here. Okay, this x log h x, x can pull it down. Okay, then becomes log 10h. Okay, this one is log a minus log b, something like this, because division. Okay, now you have this thing already. We want to write in the form of y equal mx plus c. So we have to figure out what is our x. Our x here is exactly the x here. So we rewrite it, then it's going to be this thing. So this is your m. Okay, and this is your c. Alright? Okay, no problem. So what we can do, we have this log 10h. This one is our gradient, right? Gradient of the line. Okay, gradient of the graph. So what we have is that we want to find the gradient. How do we find? Since just now we kind of like know that these 2 points are on the line. If you know 2 points on the line, do you know how to find the gradient? Yes, you take y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So you would be referring to the table just now. So what is the value when x is equal to 8? So the value is 0.9. What's the value when x is equal to 3? It's 0.41. Okay, eventually you get the answer 0.098, and hence h is equals to what? H is equals to 10 to the power 0.098, which is equals to 1.253. Okay, no problem with this. Are you okay with this one? You know how do you get this? Log 10h is equal to this thing. So 10 to the power of this one will be h. Okay, 10 to the power 0.098 will be h. Okay, then next. You're right. You're fine with this one, right? Okay, right. Okay, so now next for k, we notice that this thing over here, this is c, which is also the y-intercept for this one. By y-intercept, you mean the capital Y-intercept, which is the log 10 y-intercept. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to find the value when x is equal to 0. Okay, when x is equal to 0. So meaning that we have when x equals 0, so we have to look at this one. What value is this? The value there, we estimate that is 0.11. Okay, so that this is purely from the graph. So make sure that you have a very precise graph. Okay, try to plot the points as precise as possible. When you join them also, try to be very precise. Okay, or else if you move a little bit, then the answer might be very different. Okay, alright, so this is 0.11 seen from the graph. Okay, then next we have negative log 10 k is equal to this thing. So negative, move it over, you get this one. So from here, how do you read the k? How do you tell what is k? 10 to the power of negative 0.11 is equals to k. Okay, so k is 10 to the power of negative 0.11. Then it's 0.762. That's your answer. No problem, right? Okay. I tell you, every year the question is almost the same. Like the question, even the question is also the same. Just that it asks you to change the. They ask you about these values, and also they change the values of the function of the question only. Okay. So I'll show you. Okay. Next, what we do? We want to find y when x is 2.7. So 2.7 is somewhere here. Okay, we move out to the line and shoot it here. So then we see that it's 0.38. Okay, so this is our question. So that one is 0.38. Is it 0.38? Yes, 0.38 is equals to log 10y. Okay, log 10y. That's why y is equal to 10 to the power 0.38, which is 2.399. Okay, so don't directly give that answer, you know. Okay, don't directly give this answer, because this answer is what? This answer will be in log 10y. So you are asking for y, not log 10y. That's why you need to convert. Okay, by using the original equation, either this one or by using that one. Okay, because that one is log 10y. Sorry. Okay, so you get that answer. No problem. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one, next question. almost the same like the question type. So pause the video and try this. Okay, good. This is part C. So copy a question or just try to solve this. Okay, good. So now let's start doing it. You have this original table over here, and now you want to construct a table for values of 1 or y. Okay, good. So now this one is quite easy because y is this, 1 or y is that one. Okay. The only difficulty or the difficulty in solving problems here is that if the question gives you what? Log, which is the question just now, right? Okay. If it gives you log, then that will probably be the hardest question that you can get already. Okay. So this one is not log, so it's kind of easy. Okay, good. So let's move on. We keep this table later. Okay. Then second, we're going to plot this using a 2 cm to 0.1 unit on the x-axis, and also 2 cm to 0.5 unit on the 1 over y-axis. Okay, draw the lines of best fit. Okay, we have this, and we have the table over here. Then we start to plot it. Okay, we start to plot it. Gonna have those points. Okay, then the last one is it? Okay, the last one is here. Okay, then we try to join them. And we try to see whether it fits here. Normally, it's like this one joining this one, normally. Okay, so that, you know, like even if we set a question, it's somewhat easy. Okay, so as a teacher's point of view, if we set a question, I give you accurate this point, then these points, I just make sure 2 points are like slightly above, these 2 points are slightly below, then I get my job done. I mean, I set a good question for you already. Okay, so you see here, it kind of like good, and these 2 points are almost on the line itself already, right? And it's only these 2 points which it's evenly distributed on both sides. Okay, all right. So it's a satisfactory line of best fit. Then we move on to B. Wait, do we do B? Yes. B is sketching. Sorry. A is construct table. So now we are here at C here. Okay, find y when x is 0.38. Remember the lesson? When we find that y value, that is not the real y value because that's 1 over y. Okay, so just be careful about this point. Okay, so then we draw it. Okay, 0.38, move it here, 1.75. So is your answer here 1.75? No. So 1 over y is 1.75. Hence, y is 1 over 1.75, which gives you this answer. Okay? Great. Next, we have to find n. Okay? So, n over y is equals to px plus 1. This is given in the question. So, what we want to do, we want to convert this one to capital Y equals to mx plus c. Okay? What is y? Y is this? Y. Okay? This is capital Y. This is capital X. Okay? So we have to make sure that this one left hand side will be the same as that one. In order to make it the same, we have to divide by n. You divide by n, then we get this one. And this is written nicely, y mx plus c. Great. Very good. Okay? We have all this already. Very simple. So from the graph, y-intercept will be 0.385. Y-intercept means what? Here, 0. Then that one will be 0.385. Okay? Wait, 3.85. I say it wrongly. 3.85. Okay? That's observed from the graph. Okay? That's observed from the graph. So now, let me ask you this. Which of this is the y-intercept? It's 1 over n. Over here, always remember, the c is always y-intercept. Why is that so? Because when you substitute 0 into x, then this one gone, and this one, c will be y. So that's your y-intercept. That's c. Okay? Good. So now, let's equate them. 1 over n is equal to 3.85. Hence, we can solve for it easily. 0.2597. Okay, good. Next. We want to find p. So p over n will be this thing over here. So what is this thing again? This thing again is observed from the table. Okay, it's observed from the table. We have to use 2 points over here. One is point with 0.1. One is a point with 0.6. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, you can see that this one we use what? The two endpoints as well. The first one and the last one. Okay, so that's what we have. And we got this one. Solve for it, we get an answer for P over N. After that, what we do? We move it over and we get the answer. Okay, P is negative 1.43. Does it make sense or not? Gradient is P over N. P is the negative number. Does it make sense? Yes? Yes, right. Okay, because a line with this direction, this is M is equals to positive. A line with this one, M is negative, right? Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, this is fine. Okay, because N is a positive number. Okay, all right, so we are done for all of this. We move on to the next question. Great, so now this A, B, you observe that, you see, first one, familiar or not? Everything is the same. The question also the same, just that this thing changes. Okay, second one is just giving you the scale that is required. And third question will be like finding H, finding K, finding P and Q. Okay, it's everything the same. So what basically your examiner is doing is that they give you a new thing like this and give you a new equation and replace by this one. Then they set the same question and also the same scoring marks and the scale. Okay, so you're going to focus on this chapter because every time it's the same except changing the function and numbers. Okay, so this is part A and B. So you pause the video and later I'll show you part C. Alright, so move on to part C. You see, part C is the same as well, right? Okay, same question. So pause the video and try this. Great, so now we do this table, okay? We construct the table. Okay, very easily you can do it. X squared times y. So it's something like this one squared times this one squared times this one. It requires you to use some, use your calculator, of course. Then you get all of this easily. Okay, good. You got this, no problem at all. So now we plot with the scale of 2 cm to 0.1 unit on the x-axis and also 2 cm to 0.5 unit on the x squared y axis. All right. We have this. We put the table over here. Then we start to plot all the points there. Okay, we start to plot all the points. I don't have to tell you how to plot, right? Because you are an expert now. All right, so you have this and last one here. Then line of best fit normally is to join the first point and the last point. Normally, okay, because SPM it can't test you so much, and this thing is not something that is very accurate. So the best way is to join the last 2 points. Okay, normally. Okay, but if you join the last 2 points, the points are all scattered on this side or this side only. It's not evenly distributed. Then you have to check which one to go. Maybe it's this second point to the last point. Okay, so that's the thing that you gotta figure out. Okay, I can't tell you for sure because sometimes they change their mind. They want to do something special for this year, maybe. Okay, so now I'm giving you a guideline. Normally, it's the first point and the last point. Okay, right? So that's our lines of best fit. Then we see, agree or not? I think not too bad. Although this point seems to be over this side, but then this one is actually very close to the line itself. So we consider that as on the line. This one is also considered to be on the line, although it's a bit towards this side. Okay, and these two clearly is scattered over these two sides. Okay, so it's kind of like evenly distributed. Good. Next, we do this. Find y when x is 2.5. 2.5. Let's do it. 2.5 here. Then go up. Go there. Then we have to have this one. Okay. X squared y is 2.0. Okay. Then what we do? That's log 10 y. So y will be, wait, that's not log 10 y, right? I wrote it wrongly. Sorry. This is a typo because copy paste maybe. X squared y. So that's x squared y. So x squared y is equals to 2.0. So we solve for this one. You get things like this. Okay, we solve for it. We will get things like this. Just substitute the x into it. You get 0.32. Good. Second. Okay, so again that one is wrong, so this one have to correct it as x square y. Okay. Okay, so now this is the thing that is given in the question. What you're going to do, you're going to change this one to something like that. Okay, y equals to mx plus c. So we have to change this lowercase y to capital H y, means we are multiplying by x squared. Multiplying by x squared, so x squared y is equal to h over k x plus 1 over k. This one no problem? Easy. Okay, good. From the graph y, the y-intercept will be 3. This one is estimation. So from here, it sees that very nicely. It's 3. So which one is the y-intercept here? Is this one. Okay, this is the y-intercept. So 1 over k will be 3. 1 over k will be 3. So k is 1 over 3. Okay, which is 0.33. Okay. All right. So now next we're gonna find h. Gradient. Again, we are going to use a point on the graph. Okay, we use a point on the graph, and you see we are using 1 and 5. 1 here and 5 here. Okay, 1 here and 5 here. So for this case, it's slightly off. It's slightly off. So we can use this. I keep this one if it's plotted nicely over here. We can use this as well. Okay, then it's 1 and 5. 2.6 minus 1 divided by 1 minus 5. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay. Then with the k substituted here, then we will get this answer, and h will be -0.13. Okay. All right, good. Next question. You see it? Do you see it? The same. Okay, the same pattern, same, totally same. Okay, great. So let's try this. Pause the video and try this. Okay, let's do it. So we will plot y over x squared, okay? xy against x squared. So that's why x squared is here. So xy is below. Then we have this table over here. So now the x changes as well, right? Okay, so it's not the static x here. It becomes x squared. All right. Okay, this one you want to plot with this scale, 2 cm to 5 unit, and also 2 cm to 2 unit here. Okay, means 1 cm 1 unit. Okay, hence draw the line of best width. Okay, do it here. Do it here. Okay, then we draw it. Okay, draw it. Okay, yeah. So we have this one, and we join them. Okay, we can see very clearly. Okay, so now use the graph in B to find the value of P and K. So y is equal to P over K plus 2kx. We want to change this one to xy. xy, so we multiply the whole thing by x. So we have xy equal P plus 2kx squared. Which one is your part with gradient? It should be this part. Okay, so we write nicely. If you want, you put a bracket over here to indicate that that is your M. And this is your C. Okay, this is your C. Okay. Okay, disturbing there, so we just leave it. From the graph, y-intercept is 7.6. So you move it here and you check what is the value of this 7.6. We read it from the graph, and then P will be 7.6. Okay, find the value of P because P is immediately the y-intercept. Okay, now it's not about like finding y or x. Now it's like finding P, where P is exactly the y-intercept. Okay, good. Okay, so now gradient, like I said just now, it's this M is 2k. So 2k, how do we find the gradient? We find 2 points on the graph. So again here we can see that this first point is 1 and 8. The last point, 30 here, also it's like being selected on the line itself. So we take 30 minus 1 below, that's x2 minus x1, and this is y2 minus y1, and hence we get the answer 2k is equal to this. So we divide by 2, we get k is equal to 0.21. Okay, and we are done for this. Good, next. Okay, pause the video and try this. Exact same question, but now you see log coming out. So when log coming out means it's slightly more difficult if you are not familiar with log. Okay, so try this. Okay, so show you part C. part C is here. Okay, part C is here. All right, so let's solve it. So for A, you got to draw this table, x, y, and also the other extra column, log 10 y. Okay, this one I think is quite simple. Just use calculator, you get it. And for B, scale of 2 cm to 2 unit, which is 1 cm 1 unit, and that one 2 cm to 0.1 unit on the log 10 y axis. Okay, we have our table here, and we draw our graph there. X log 10 y against x. So this is your capital X, and that's your capital Y. And just plot all the points inside. Start from 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, and 12, 14. Okay, you have negative values here, which is allowed for the outcome of log, right? Okay, so you got all this. Then we kind of want to join it by a line, justify it. Okay, so normally it's still last point and the first point. Okay. Okay, find the value of y when x is equal to 2. So we find 2, move it up, and see what's the corresponding y value over there. Okay, go there, which is 0.58. Okay, that's what we see here. So when x equals 2, log 10y is 0.58. Remember, it's log 10y. Okay, but you're being asked for y. So we gotta take 10 to the power of 0.58, which is y. Okay, so y is 10 to the power of 0.58, which is 3.082. Okay, next. To find h, we always use the original function. We use the original function, then we take log 10. Log 10 of this, log 10 of that. Okay, so we get this one over here. And then we look at here, capital X is x. So we have to move this down first. First of all, move this x down. Then we have this one, negative log 10 m. K, this is your m, and this is your c. Y, capital Y, mx plus c. Okay, good. So from the graph here, the y-intercept is which one? Y-intercept is 0.7. Okay, y-intercept is 0.7. That's quite clear. Okay, it's 0.7. Then how about this? This one is equal to this, right? Y-intercept. Okay, always remember. I think now should be by now you should know this c is your y-intercept already. So we always be using that. Okay, log 10y is this. So 10 to the power 0.7 is h. Answer. Okay, no problem. Next. Okay, gradient. Gradient is this one. Okay, gradient is this one, which is equal to 2 points on the graph itself. 2 points on the graph. We do this. 2, then 11.5. 11.5, which is here. Okay, why we use 11.5 here for a special reason. You don't have to do this. This one is 11.5 because when it's 11.5, it kind of gives you 0. So 0 is a nice number to deal with, but you don't really have to do that. You don't have to do that. And you see this one is on the graph itself, so you can take that one and also the other one. Okay, so you can take that if you want. Okay, we have this over here, and then we just take 10. This negative, move it over first, become positive. 10 to the power of this thing will be your k. Okay, so you have 1.151. Okay, this is a choice. So this one, you don't have to do it like the same as mine, because gradient, no matter how you find it, which 2 points you choose, it will be the same. So it's totally fine if you use other points. Okay, if I were you in the exam, I'll choose this point and this first point. Which one is the first point? First point is 2, and yeah, first point is 4 here. Now I'll choose this one. Okay, that's what I'll choose in the exam if I were you. Okay. Okay, this one, 2015. So last question over here. So pause the video and try this. Again, the questions are all the same, right? Totally the same. So you don't have to be worried. You expect the same question to be in your exam again. Okay. All right. Part C. Part C is here. Part N and P. All right. So let's start. So we will have to construct a table about 10y and 10x. Okay. So 10y and 10x. Wait, the other way around. 10x and 10y. Okay. So you are having here. Okay, not difficult. You just invert all the things here. Then we should plot 2 to 0.1 and also 2 to 0.5. Okay. You have the table, plot the graph. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have this 0.6.0. Okay, so you are looking at this one. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. You are not looking at this one. Okay, you are looking at this one, 0.67, 0.5. So this graph will not look very nice because you don't have a really nice number over here. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's do it. We draw the line of best fit. So for this case, if you draw this first point and the last point together, you see that if you try yourself plotting the first point and the last point itself, what will happen? All the points will be scattered to the right hand side, right? Okay, on this side, right? Okay, then you definitely know that that is not the answer already. Okay, so if you join this point and this point, then you will not get the answer because everything will be on the right hand side. So then you try to do something else and you see which one will link the most points. Then you see when you put a straight line over here, it kind of like link most points. Okay. Okay, good. Use the graph, find the value of this n and p. So we use the original function. Original function is nx equal py plus xy. Then we want what? We want 1 over y on one side and 1 over x on one side. So what we do, divide by xy first. Then after that, actually you can do it like in kind of like a fast way. So, but then I'll just do it slow here. You can actually bring this bring this y out, and then p plus x, and move it over and so on. Okay, then do it. Okay, or else you can do this exact same thing, which is simpler. You do it one by one. So then n over y is equal to p over x plus 1. And now what you want? You want 1 over y. So you divide by n. Divide by n. So p over n, 1 over x plus 1 over n. So this is your capital Y equals to m x plus c. Okay, good. So if you have this one, it's very simple to do it already because this is your y-intercept and this is your gradient. Okay, we move on to the next one. Find from the graph y-intercept is 3.85. This one, move it here, 3.85. Okay, so gradient is 3.85. So 1 over n is 3.85. So n is 1 over 3.85, which is this 0.260. Next, to find the other one, we have to see the gradient. Gradient is this one, and we pick 2 points from the graph. Here we pick 0.1 and 0.67. 0.1 is here, it's on the graph. We kind of like choose any point. Okay, you choose any point. 0.1 is there, then 0.67 somewhere here. Okay, that's the thing here. All right, then we solve for it. You get this. Okay, so this one points are chosen arbitrarily, so you can choose any points on the line itself. So you can even observe from the graph. Don't have to be the points that is given in the table already. So if you have points that happen to be in the table, that's good point for you. That's easier for you, then you can plot in. If not, you just put any point like here. Oh, I take this one. Okay, as long as that's a nice number that you can see. Okay, then you get this answer. P is equal to 1.3. All right, I think we are done for this whole chapter. So I'll see you in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye.